See, Jonathan had hope for the future. He had hope for a better world. He had hope for his community. And I would say to you that you have a higher calling. And I want to say that your calling is to serve others. I had another trip. It was a very poignant trip. It was very painful. I went to India. If you know about India, there are tens of thousands, if not millions, of young girls who today are in bondage. This one young girl, Risha, I had heard about her, and I flew over to hear her story from herself. At the age of 7, her mother had already been ill, but her father fell sick. And as a result, he did not have any more money to feed the family. And so the family took Risha and put her in bondage and received $25 US. And if you know how bondage works and child labor works, she will continue to be there forever because the parents can't even pay the interest off. World Vision found Risha and many other children because we have a program that's called Born to be Free, because no child should ever be in labor such as this. But Risha told me her story. She worked for a cigarette factory. They called them beedies. And every day she took her fingers and she had to roll hundreds of beedies. And if she did not roll them fast enough, the owner would come around and beat her back. And he would beat her back with barbed wire, and he would also bring electric shock and shock her. And in a very sensitive moment, she said, "I want you to see my back." And there were the scars. But she had a beaming smile on her face because World Vision went and saw the owner of this factory and bought all these children out at $25 a piece. And we brought them out. And she had gone to school. She's now 13 years of age, and I met her when she's 14 and a half. She could read and write, and you know, she was number 1 in her class, and she was so proud. And I said, "What do you want to do?" And she said, "I want to be a teacher." To the class of 2008 of Brenau University, I want to say to you that you're called to something bigger than you are today. You're called to something bigger than what this university even stands for. You're called to have a meaningful life that is not just dependent upon yourself, but it's dreaming dreams for others. It's for the Jonathans and the Rishas of the world. You are called to go on a lifelong journey of discernment and to not stop your learnings today. And I believe this is conceptually based on the concept of hope. Hope for a better world and for a meaningful life. Now, not all of you are going to be able to walk the journey I've walked in the international development and work in Myanmar or go to North Korea or work in Africa. But I'm not talking about that. And listen to me carefully here. Our job, your job, is not the limit of your vocation. Don't be bound by your job in terms of your dreams. Dream dreams and use your job to facilitate, to fulfill your dreams. I trust that each one of you as a graduate will be people who care for the least of these in our world. To care for those, everyone in our global village. Not just like the people who look like us or talk like us or maybe even have the same opportunities as us. You know, the second greatest command in the world is to love thy neighbor as thyself. I gave that address to the nation of Korea. And I said, who is your neighbor? Is it the person sitting next to you? Is it the person next to you in your house? Is it that person that you lived in the residence hall with? Or to the Koreans, is your neighbor North Korea? Who is your neighbor today? Who are you helping beyond the boundaries of this great country? You, the graduates of this class of 2008, you can make a tremendous difference. You might not see it tonight, but you can make a difference. You have the talents, you have the skills, and you do have the resources to accomplish amazing things. So what is your life going to be about? No, whatever else you do with your life, I urge you to be a citizen that is pursuing hope for others. consider how your degree is going to help others. Think about how your everyday choices will impact not only here, locally, but impact globally. And challenge the assumptions that you have about what you need and what is important. Remember all that you have been given and be an agent of hope. In conclusion, let me say, I'm asked all the time, don't you ever get discouraged? Why are you so optimistic about the world? And I answer in a typical question, and at this time of year it's very easy. I say it's because I see a world that will be better because of graduates like yourself, the graduates of 2008 of Brenau University. After the celebration, and this is your day, this is your night, this is your weekend. So at some other time, I challenge each one of you, take some time for reflection. Go away quietly and reflect. What is your life going to be about? And how are you going to be an agent of hope in this world? Whether it be here or somewhere else. How will you help this hurting world by bringing hope and a good word? Congratulations. Enjoy this weekend. I salute you for your great accomplishment. May God richly bless you.